Hello, this is Billy Core from the Carolina Circle Mall Wiki. Today is Monday, January the 5th of 2015, and this again. There's something wrong with this video. Something very, very wrong with this video. I'm not doing a video about Game Gears today. Anyway, we are about to unbox yet another Packard Bell that will be added to my collection. This particular model is the Packard Bell Legend 20 CD. Now, what makes this Packard Bell unique? Well, if y'all don't know already, I've been after a Packard Bell, any Packard Bell, no matter what model, from late 1994, early 1995, because I've seen a lot of people with Packard Bells from this era, and they have a very special software package with an older version of Packard Bell Navigator and different bundled games. Like these came with like Knowledge Adventures, 3D Human Body, and that kind of stuff. Now, I do have the Master CD to do this with, but the problem is I've run it on newer Packard Bells from like 95, 96, you know, like even my 822, I ran that software package on there one time. But it just felt awkward because it wasn't the right era computer. So I've been after a Packard Bell from 94, 95 for about a year and a half now. And my good friend Joe, who has sent me a couple of Packard Bells in the past, offered to sell me for a very, very reasonable price a Packard Bell Legend 20 CD, which is from late 94, early 95. Once we unbox it, we'll check the date sticker on the back and see when exactly it's from. Now, what was I going to say? And one interesting thing about this Packard Bell, it's a 486. I've never had a 486 Packard Bell before. This is, I believe, a 486 DX2. I'm clocked at 66 megahertz. So, anyway, enough rambling. Let's cut into this. I like the box he used. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's an old style JCPenney box, and I just about cut my thumb off doing that. Very, very smart. Very, very smart. Okay. Is this showing up? Yes. Alright. Let's cut the ribbon here. This knife's getting kind of dull. Had it since I was 16 years old. And it's probably never been sharpened. No telling what kind of problems I might run into as well with this. Seems like whenever I get a Packard Bell added to my collection, there's always some kind of little issue I run into. Okay. Now, this knife's not very... Okay, maybe that did it. Alright, gotta do this side now. I wonder, I haven't knocked the camera down yet. Yeah, this knife has definitely seen happier days. So, time to get the scissors. I should have done to begin with. Alright, here we go. Let's look at what I believe to be the 22nd Packard Bell I have ever owned. Yes, I do keep count. Even have an Excel document. It looks like he included some little goodies in here as well, including a bunch of bags for Kroger. There hasn't been a Kroger grocery store in the Greensboro area since 1999. They got them in Raleigh, and must be some assembly required. Alright, these are not Logitech speakers. This is a Seagate hard drive and PCI bracket. This is probably the riser card for it. Alright, one of the gray accent panels here, I believe. Floppy disk, huh? Let me, let's check this out. No, actually, first, let's just get right down to business. Let's get this Packard Bell out of this box. Here we are. This is the Packard Bell Legend 20 CD. It's in not bad condition. Like I said, I need to add put the trim on here. I can do that right now. My scissors go. Okay. Here we are. Alright, let's, it's very simple process to this. Just slides on like so. And if you haven't noticed already, this is a 3x3 desktop style Packard Bell, like my Legend 402 CD or the very common Legend 406 CD. Okay, that came back off almost. Yeah, I think these little tabs are broken off of this, so let's be careful. Alright, let's see when this was built. Alright, looks like it was built February the 13th of 1995. I do not remember what I was doing that day, but that was a great time in my life, I have to tell you that. Alright, we got PS2 keyboard, PS2 mouse, VGA out, serial, and parallel. And power there. And this was back when Packard Bells had these special little modem cards in this little bracket here. So, very interesting. And it's in fairly good shape. A little bit of yellowing, but really not a whole lot. Okay, is there anything else in this box? No. Let's see what's in this one here. I'm a little concerned because I don't see a sound card here, and I don't know if I have a spare Packard Bell sound card. Yikes. Might not be reusing this box, this little one that is. There's actually not a riser card in this box apparently, because I could see one inside the machine, so maybe there's a sound card in here. Boy. This is taped very, very well. Yeah, it's just a floppy disk, it looks like Windows 3.1 floppy disk for Packard Bell. They're copies, but oh, that's still very, very neat. So Yeah, looks like no sound card. That might be a slight issue here since I don't have any spares. Well, oh well. I'm still very, very grateful for this, Joe. Thank you so much. I've been after a Packard Bell like this for a very, very, very long time. And as a matter of fact, before we end the video, let's open it up. Let's see what we got inside. Right. Funny thing is, about 2 years ago at Value Village, I found a Packard Bell Legend 30 CD Supreme. It was same era as this, so I was very excited to find it, and I bought it. It was $486 and everything, but it was completely dead as dead could be. So wound up having to use it for parts. That was a heartbreaker right there. Well, hopefully this one here will give me a little bit better luck. Alright, slide that off. Oh wait, there is a sound card in here. It's just not plugged in. Oh, thank goodness. And we got a little bit of RAM. It has 4 megabytes on board. So let me get the camera off the tripod so we can get a better look. Well, it's got, I guess that's the original hard drive in there. And here's the aforementioned sound card. It's got 2 audio plugs there. It's different. Huh. Oh, one's going to the to this little modem card. Yeah, Packard Bells during this early era used these little modem cards instead of having them built into the actual sound card, like on my Legend 822 there. My nose is running like crazy. And there's the infamous 486 DX2. It's believed it's clocked at 66 megahertz. And by the way, this computer will be getting Windows for Workgroups 3.11. Get that memory out of there. And we have a Cirrus Logic video card. Packard Bells were very, very much in love with these. This is a 5428 chip. I believe this is the PV450 motherboard. So we've got CD-ROM. I'm pretty sure that's a double speed floppy drive and a hard drive. Hopefully all 3 work. I think looks like the CD-ROM was built January of 1995. So this whole computer's coming up on 20 years old, folks. I guess next month in February. Yep. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, this is gonna be fun. In fact, let me put the camera back on the tripod and see if we can install the sound card. And I don't know why my voice cracked, but sound card. Okay. So I need to add some blanking plates. And by the way, this is ISA only, no PCI on here. But for a computer as old as this, that's pretty much unnecessary. Okay. I need to find a screw. Where did I put my magnet of screws at? Oh, here they are. 10 years ago in 2005, my best friend Dylan Jones, who were at the time, who were still actually best friends even to this day, took apart an old radio and even took apart the speaker and the speaker cone and everything and extracted this very, very powerful magnet from it. And I've had it and I still have it after all these years. Nowadays I use this to keep all my spare screws for computers. So let's see if we can find one that will fit. Maybe this one will do. Okay. I ought to get a blanking plate for this other empty slot here, but that's really not much of a priority right now. I just want to get this computer to boot. Yeah, Joe probably unplugged the CD-ROM, not CD-ROM, the sound card to protect it in shipping. And wait a minute, we had something else here. Something in this Logitech speaker box. Speakers would be nice, actually. I could use them. Okay, let's see if I can probably use my knife for this. It's nothing major. Or not, huh? Okay. Maybe that will get it going. No clue what's in here because there's a hard drive and all that in here. Oh, it's another hard drive. I wonder what it could be. Oh, this must be the original hard drive for this system. This does have a hard drive in here, but I guess that's not the original. I can tell this is the original because this has the Packard Bell format number label on the bottom here. It's a format number 555540. And it's a whopping 428.1 megabytes. Oh good, I've been needing a bigger hard drive to store all my high definition YouTube videos on, so I'm sure this little hard drive here will gladly be up to that task. Now, what kind of CMOS battery does this have? Whatever it is, it's under that modem card. So, let's see if we can get this hooked up and see if it'll power on. Well, I got it temporarily set up here just to see if everything works, or at least it'll, if it does a power on self-test. Please excuse the mess over here, but I have the monitor from the 1510 Supreme hooked up to it right now, including a mouse and a keyboard. Oh boy, here we go, folks. Moment of truth. No. Oh, that's a good sign. Power's right up like a champ. It's booting into some form of MS-DOS. How much RAM do we have? 8 megabytes. I'll probably keep it at that. Okay, that's odd. Yeah, it's gonna need a new Windows install, apparently. Oh well, I shall do that. I don't know if I'll do that on camera or not, but I will be back soon with more of this. Okay, I got everything set up here. I got it in its somewhat semi-permanent home. Unfortunately, I had to put the Compact Desk Pro to the side for now until I can get more room, but
So I decided to dump it on Highcombe Road on the way to Carolina Circle Mall, and unfortunately it didn't exist, so I went by Bellevue Village and I found a note.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this video we also have Jay Wakefield and Elmo 3.
Revenge is a best served YouTube.
Yeah, if you folks don't know what we're talking about, in one of Jay's recent videos, you see, he always starts out his videos by saying, hello everyone, welcome to this Video Sun Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield. Well,
to turn it into karaoke song Frontier, didn't you?
Yeah, it started out with Jay going, hello everyone, and welcome to this Video Sun Frontier video. And I was on Skype, so I yelled out, my name is Jay Wakefield. And it broke Jay in many, many ways.
It was funny, yeah. It was very funny. This is one of the most important videos of your channel, and it's ruined. It's ruined.
Well, anyway, few changes since the last time you saw the 20 CD a while ago. The same day, by the way. First of all, I taped this accent panel to the front so it doesn't fall off. And I also got rid of the hard drive that was in it and replaced it with, you guessed it, a CF card. And the CD-ROM seems to work perfectly, floppy drive works perfectly. Pretty much this computer's ready to go. All we have to do now is install the operating system. So we can do that with this totally legit Packard Bell Legend 20 CD restore floppy and this totally legit master CD from February of 1995. Sorry about that, I had to take care of something, but we are now ready to get this 20 CD going. I have it KVM'd with my Legend 1510 Supreme because, well, to be perfectly honest, in my current situation, that's the only way possible I can even use this 20 CD. So, ignore the 1510 Supreme, just look at its monitor. So, let's go ahead and stick this boot floppy into the 20 CD. And fire it up. And it might do that in a second, I don't know.
Billy's gonna get bored sick.
Yeah.
It's like hope sickness, but it's kind of motherboard sickness. And the only way to counteract that is for me to go.
The funny thing about this board is that unlike the PB600 board, it only beeps once.
You might need to use OnTrack if that CF card is of any great size.
It's 2 gigabytes. I hope I don't have to.
On the OnTrack.
I hope not.
That's what I have to use on mine. Oh, by the way, Billy.
Huh?
Would you like to tell them your YouTube viewership about one of the videos that you actually requested from myself that actually pertains to this?
Oh yeah, Jay's going to be doing an update on his Packard Bell 486 pretty soon.
Aye, so stay tuned because
Yeah.
it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, he has a somewhat older version of what I have now.
Yeah, it's about a year older, but still good. It's still good. It's still good.
Oh, certainly.
I'll just sit here with my Gateway 486.
Oh well, at least it's a 486. Brilliant owning a 486 desktop. Welcome.
I have an update on my Gateway 486. It still works.
There you go. Alright, we're at the all too familiar Packard Bell restore floppy menu. So we will go ahead and format the drive. Hopefully Jay's prediction will not come true.
You'll know if you need, what is it? Because it'll struggle on transferring system files.
We'll find out. All data on non-removable disk drive C will be lost. And yes, proceed with format. Okay, it's formatting. It's pretty much a percent every second. But it is a somewhat slower CF card, so.
So does it work?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, if I have to use OnTrack, no big deal, but I would like to plug it into my CF card reader on my computer, which, if I have to use OnTrack, it will no longer be possible. Okay,
Yeah, it doesn't actually work if you try and put the CF card in your computer. It'll just say, oh, the card's not formatted.
well, while it's formatting, I'm going to pause the video and wait for this to do its thing. Okay, we are back. I had to help my dad set up a digital antenna in the kitchen, but we are done formatting. I don't know how long the system transfer process took. I was out of the room when it happened, so we'll just go ahead and press any key to continue. We'll go up here to restore hard drive files from the master CD. And hopefully this CD-ROM will be happy with a CD-R. Because I don't feel like opening this stupid thing back up.
I always find 3x3 quite difficult to work on, if I'm honest.
The master CD is not in the CD-ROM drive. And it is. Does this mean I get to troubleshoot? It's trying to read it. Yeah, it's not going at all.
You know what's bull? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not working, folks. Looks like I'm gonna have to do some troubleshooting, so be back whenever. Okay, we're back and I got it working. As you can see here, it's asking for the format number. Apparently the CD-ROM was just dead, but I was able to replace it, and if that looks like the same CD-ROM drive, well, you're pretty much right. Remember that Packard Bell Legend 38 CD Supreme I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the one I got 2 years ago that was completely dead? Well, I ported it out when I had it, and saved the CD-ROM drive, which was the exact same model that this 20 CD had. And I put it in here, and believe it or not, it still works. Here's the old dead one. So that will be thrown away momentarily. But anyway, we are now ready to start the restoration process, finally. And it's asking for the format number. Now remember, we have the original hard drive here, so we have the format number, which is quadruple 540. So we'll go ahead and we're off and rolling. CD-ROM drive is going just fine. So Jay, we're at the restore process right now where it's copying files, and it seems to be working well enough. I think there's something you need to...
It's time to go off and make a cup of tea.
Exactly. So, I will pause this video for everyone watching this to go make yourself a wee cup of tea, and we will resume at the other end of the restore. Alright, the restoration was successfully completed, so that means everything is good to go. I don't need on-track disk overlay, and the optical drive is fully functional. Oh yeah, we need to turn the speakers on.
Congratulations! You have just restored a great system. You have proved the culture in our Packard Bell.
Yeah.
Now go rest our system admins.
I wish I could rest, but I've still got stuff to install on here. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Exit. Oh, I forgot I'm using a slightly different boot floppy here. I've never used it before. I've never seen this dialogue before. It says, in order for the changes made to your system to take effect, your system must be restarted. Please make sure that the diskette has been removed from drive A and that the master CD has been removed from the CD-ROM. And it automatically ejected it for me. Thank you! Click on OK to restart your computer. And we'll remove the floppy. Alright. Booting into MS-DOS for the first time here. Hi Mim. Okay, it's getting the CD-ROM driver going. Rare instance where a Windows 3.1 CD-ROM driver for Windows 3. For a Packard Bell actually works the first try. And we do have sound, just need to turn the sound up. Uh-oh, here we go folks, here we go. Look at this.
Welcome to Packard Bell's Navigator.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the main menu of Navigator, the easy way to get to know and use your Packard Bell computer. Explore the functions of Navigator by using the mouse or the tab or arrow keys on your keyboard.
Yes folks, that is right there, the predecessor to the Navigator we all know and are familiar with on computers like the 822 here. This was used up until the spring of 1995, I believe, and this was probably one of the last computers to use this version of Navigator. So yeah, this is Navigator version number 2. So not only do you have this little section here with the buttons, but you also get this button here for to go to this hallway. Where
I love that hallway.
Yeah. I'm glad to finally have a computer I can legitimately use this software package on. Like I said earlier in this video, I've used it before on newer Packard Bells, but it just never felt right.
Oh, you know what, doesn't he?
So, we'll go into software. There we go. You can have little sections here. And we're not going to look at it right now, but Kid Space is actually roughly the same as the one on newer versions of Navigator.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Now, one thing I want to do while I'm in here is to set it to boot directly into Windows at startup instead of Navigator. So we'll do that and go into Windows for the first time, and there we are. Huh. Wonder why there's no Navigator icon there.
You'll find it in Packard Bell, I believe.
Well, I got Packard Bell up here, but it's weird. Oh well, I guess I can always add it some other way, but anyway, and I don't get the blue title bars, but the light blue ones that is, but oh well, that looks okay to me. Okay, yeah, it's Packard Bell as we all know it. Well, actually no, because instead of software, like My First Encyclopedia, the Kid Story Games, and Toonland, you get these instead. You get, from Knowledge Adventure, you get 3D Human Body, Kid Zoo, Space Adventure, Under the Sea, I believe, and Speed. So it's a completely different software package from what we're normally used to seeing on my Packard Bells. But again, this is why I wanted this machine, because I could have one that legitimately ran this software. because I'm OCD like that. and it just feels right. And you still get the entertainment back with stuff like Ski Free. Works just fine. Get the clock. Earlier, which by the way I forgot to mention, the CMOS battery in this 20 CD still works, believe it or not, after almost 20 years. But thankfully it's not a barrel battery, which was very common on these 486 systems, but thankfully this means I don't have any acid eating up my computer. And but I will say this though, when I first turned it on, it did think the year was 1995, so I had to set it to 2015, which I wish it was 1995, but okay, what else do we need to look at here before I install stuff? You still get Microsoft Works version 3. Always gotta have that. And you get a copy, and the only online service you get on this computer is Prodigy. It's quite a prodigy, huh? Bad joke, I know.
Yeah. Child prodigy.
Oh, I know there's other stuff here that we need to look at. And, wow, how do we forget to do this? We gotta do a canyon test.
Yeah.
We gotta christen this Packard Bell. Oh, yeah. I'm bored. And one more thing I want to see, this software package a lot of times came with the Microsoft Productivity Pack. Let's go into Microsoft applications. Yep, we got the Productivity Pack. All it was, if you didn't get this from as an OEM install, basically you would pay $40 to have Leonardo da Vinci show you how to use Windows 3.1. And it also has a lesson on using the mouse, of course, since this, believe it or not, this version of Navigator doesn't mention the mouse yet. I think there is a tutorial in there, but the startup doesn't mention it. And I gotta see if this is on here. I gotta see this. Another thing that was exclusive only to the 94-95 software package. I am sad to report, folks, that this particular Packard Bell, its format number at least, comes without the PB demo program.
Oh no!
Yeah. If you're wondering what that is, I got a video, I got a copy of it on my YouTube. It's pretty much a tutorial of how your Packard Bell system works, and it has really cool music, and apparently on this particular system it was not included, so good grief.
Good grief.
Oh well, You know what, folks? I think I might actually just go ahead and end the video here, and later this week do a more in-depth video of the software side of this Legend 20 CD. Because it's going to take me a while to get things set up the way I want it, but as you can see, as of right now, it's running just fine. Running perfectly okay. And I'm glad to finally have a Packard Bell of this particular era in my collection. This is a Packard Bell that's been way overdue to be around here, because a lot of people actually I know of grew up with this era of Packard Bell, and I keep seeing all this stuff they're talking about, like all these 3D, like the 3D body game and all the 3D knowledge adventure stuff that I did not grow up with. So I've been curious to try it out, and of course I've tried these games before on other systems, but I'm now glad to finally have a system that can legitimately do all that.
And of course, I tested out 3D Body back this time last year, actually.
Yeah, I remember that on your Armada.
Yeah, I was doing a series on human body games at the time.
Yeah. Well, I guess this will conclude this video. Any final thoughts, Luke?
Well, I'm glad to see you have a 486 again, since I'm a big fan of 486s for no particular reason other than
They're 486
things and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, back in the 90s, I skipped over everything and went straight into Pentium 100. So it'll be interesting to see what I've used 486s before on other systems, but never on a Packard Bell of all things. So I'm curious to see what it's like.
Oh yeah.
And any final thoughts, Jay?
I used 386s and 486s and what have you at school. And I really do quite like the Packard Bell 486s. Mine is a fantastic machine. Of course, I had some fun in games with it, because it solved, certain things. But it is, these are brilliant for playing, certain DOS games and what have you.
Yeah.
I use mine to play quite a few DOS games: Jazz Jackrabbit, Lemmings. And there was a few others that I was playing, and I just think that it's kind of a nice wee balance between slow enough to run DOS games yet quick enough to run Windows 3.1, and
Yeah.
it really does. I mean, the DX2s seem to be quite a bit slower than the DX4s. Well, not too slow, but slow enough that it actually kind of brings back nostalgia.
Yeah. Of course, I don't really have much nostalgia for this since I skipped over that era, but it's still very cool to see.
I'll tell you what, though, the DX250, the DX250 chip in mine was a massive increase from the 486 SX33.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Basically, try to use a 16-bit pipeline on a 32-bit processor.
Yeah, that's just asking for trouble.
It did come with a 387 math-core processor built on them.
And one thing you gotta like about these systems is you get that different software pack.
You do. I mean, the software pack is quite nice. It's got I think it was the old software packs were the first ones to come with Works 3.
Mm-hmm.
The ones in 1994. You got Microsoft Works 3, I believe you got Money 3, you got Human Body, you got a car racing game, you got quite a few things on these systems. But obviously, you'd still be able to run, your regular software.
Yeah, and plus you get that primitive version of Navigator.
That version of Navigator alone, I find is really quite nice.
Of course, I'll always prefer like the Navigator 3.x series, like on my 822, but this one is still pretty cool, I have to admit.
But I'm excuse me, I've been up all day and I've been working. I've actually finished writing an IT syllabus that I was working on.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I actually do, I teach IT outside of my...
Yeah, he teaches it.
Yeah, I teach it. Volunteer. I volunteer for a disability charity and I just teach it. That's why. Yeah.
And what is it? We'll never know.
We'll never know. You just have to come to the lesson, You actually signed up at my lessons once in a while. You'd actually...
And speaking of Navigator, he does teach how to use the mouse. Oh, Jay. Don't tell me.
I just kind of assumed that people were using light pens. Oh, well, time to rewrite the course book.
Yeah, you had one job.
But the thing is, I mean, going back to that Packard Bell, is the Navigator PB demo is kind of worth the price of admission for me on those systems.
Too bad this one doesn't have it.
I know. You just have to kind of do what I do. I've got the soundtrack. I lifted it out of Navigator, and I actually transferred it to my iPod.
Yeah.
I just kind of ran it in virtual PC and then recorded. I recorded it.
Yeah.
Through the stereo mix, and then kind of threw it in iTunes, and like I said, now it's on my iPod. So yeah, just kind of listen to it while using the Packard.
Yes, guess that's what I'm gonna have to do here.
Right enough. You're fine doing that. But no. In conclusion, I really am glad that you've got the machine. And I hope it gives you many hours of happiness, and just I hope you really do have some fun with it, because 486s are just brilliant systems to play about with.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what I can accomplish with it.
I've accomplished so much with my Packard Bell. Just that sometimes, with depression, getting out of bed just to play on it sometimes.
Yeah, they're comfort food, and plus, just as well as you can on a Pentium, this 20 CD will also be able to run Fatty Bear's Birthday Surprise.
Oh, yep. Yes, it will.
So for those 3:30 in the morning spells that we sometimes get.
Yep, that is true. Actually, yeah, not so long ago, got up, played Fatty Bear in the Compact Armada 1590 DT.
Yeah.
Because videos on front of your VSF Christmas videos.
Oh, yeah.
Something about that. Yeah. But I mean, it'll run Fatty Bear, it'll run Let's Explore the Airport, and sure there's other humongous titles it'll run.
Yep.
And it'll run Mixed Up Mother Goose.
Oh, yeah, my first one.
Mm-hmm. First ever computer game, run it in Windows 3.1.
Yep.
And, I used to play the Living Books game quite a lot.
Oh, that'll run perfectly on here.
Mm-hmm. I used to play the Living Books games a lot on Macs, but I did used to play on Encarta on, I think, 486 systems. Played on, played about with other things. I'm just trying to think, what CD-ROMs that I actually used at school. I've played about with a few point-and-click adventure games, just kind of wandering around places, kind of pointing and clicking.
Yeah.
Don't quite know what they were, but suffice it to say, it was pure fun. On this touchscreen computer that we had, got some touchscreen systems with Windows 3.1.
Right.
At my old school. We had BBC Micros before that had touchscreens. And they had big boxes about the size of... they had a big box about the size of a modern day cable box. And that was the text-to-speech module. on a BBC, a computer from
I know.
Apple Mac had it, but I mean, on a machine of that, on an 8-bit machine, you know, and it was proper speech synthesis. Not that good, but it was there. Meant blind people could actually use these systems. But then they started, you know, getting Windows 3.1 machines with touchscreens on them. And
Yeah.
now that is the epitome of fun.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, just think about all the games that you can play with the touchscreen.
I know. Especially back then.
But yeah, exactly.
Because nowadays you see a touch screen, you're like, oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of games that are now coming to the iPad.
Yeah, even the Living Books games and some humongous titles too.
Yeah, in fact, you can buy the humongous titles on Steam. So if you have a Windows 8 machine that's touchscreen equipped, then there you go.
Mm-hmm.
But certainly, you've got. I wonder how they run on Steam. I wonder if they run in DOSBox or something.
Well,
No, it's the Scum VM, of course.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they do. Yeah, I remember now. Literally, all it does is runs it in Scum VM.
Yeah, so if you already have those copies of those games, there you go. Don't waste your money on that.
Yeah, you don't need to waste your money. Just kind of load them in, you know, run them through Scum VM.
That's what I do.
Oh.
I do that on my phone.
In fact, you know what I do?
What?
I power up the Packard Bell and run them on that.
Yeah, that's usually what I do too.
But I mean, obviously, if you're on the road, you know, I can't even take my 486 with me.
Yeah, so if you have like a tablet or a phone, there you go.
Aye, right enough, yeah. You could put DOSBox and emulate. I could just kind of take my Packard Bell to go.
Well, I guess with that said, we might as well go ahead and wrap the video up. This is Billy Core signing off with yet another Packard Bell added to my collection on Monday, January the 5th, 2015. Good night, everybody.